how I got into the cars. So it all kind of fell through my family on my dad's side. My grandpa got my dad into cars, and my dad followed up and got me into cars. When I was 5 months old, 6 months old, I was at the ALMS American Le Mans Series at Laguna Seca with big headphones on. And basically every year I was going to the races. My dad and I just really got into that, and that started being our main bond. We go tour museums like the Black Hawk Museum. We have tons of Hot Wheels, model cars, RC cars, posters. I would go through all of our yearly Le Mans books that we have at the home library. I just kept educating myself as much as I could about cars, specifically classic cars and motorsport. I kind of set my goal as something I wanted to do career-wise. You know, I didn't want to be a businessman. I didn't want to be a thing relative to that. I just wanted to be surrounded by cars. When I was 16 years old, going to high school, I happened to live right down the road from Canapa Motorsport. One day, Bruce just pulls me to the side and he says, if you're going to be coming here every day, I might as well put you to work. And of course, at Canapa, you know, I had no experience working on cars of this magnitude. I had no experience of working on cars in general. Bruce just knew I had a passion for it. So he gave me a shot and just let me work there throughout high school. Fast forward a year, I was just touring shops and dealers around the Bay Area, just having fun. There was one shop in particular that I had not visited that I've been meaning to check out. I drove over there, and sure enough, the shop door was open. I got out of my car and I just stood at the door, and I was just saying to myself, oh my God, that's a Ferrari 250 California Spider. That's a Fiat 8V Supersonic. That's a Maserati A6G. I saw this guy named Raffi who was working on a Jaguar E-Type, and he saw me standing at the door and he waved me to come inside and check it out. Raffi heard me freaking out about all the cars in the shop, and he just came up to me, and the first thing he said was, do you want a job? And I was like, hell yeah. So I accepted that right away. I didn't think about the commute I would have to do every day. I didn't think about anything. I just wanted that. So the door opened and I had to take it. But I made it very clear, I have no mechanical experience at all. I do not know what I'm doing if you want me to work on these cars, but I want to learn. And he just told me, it's all right, I'll learn as I go. I'm very fortunate to not only be working on these significant cars, but I'm working with someone who has so much experience on working on these specific cars, a real specialist, a real expert. Raffi Najjarian, my boss, has been working on these cars his whole life. He's from Lebanon. Him and his dad were the sole importers and distributors of Ferrari, Maserati, Jaguar, Lamborghini in Lebanon and the entire Middle East in the 60s and 70s. So they've been working on these cars their whole life, and that knowledge has been passing down through generations, and I'm lucky enough to be that next generation to take in all this knowledge and keep it going. One day I was at work, I was running an errand to a friend's shop, and outside the shop there was this exact car parked on the street in San Francisco. I was in need of a little teenage crisis sports car. But it's really the color that did it for me, the overall aesthetic, everything I saw, the potential, you know, the roll cage, it's a track car, it's built up. So got in contact with the owner and I just asked him, will you sell me this car? He sold it to me. And, you know, jumping in on my first drive, I was just blown away with how fun and nimble this car is. Living around nothing but back roads and mountain roads, basically I'd take this car out like every single weekend and just drive. And with that, I've just been getting more speed and performance out of the car. This car is just absolutely glued to the road, and it does what I want it to do, and that's something that's very hard to find in a lot of cars. The wheelbase, the chassis, I mean everything, it's just such a solid car, and it hauls ass through the corners. It's not the fastest car in a straight line, but that's not really what matters. It's about how a car can carve through corners, and it kind of gives me that same sensation I had when I was a kid racing BMX, and it's just something that I haven't been able to replicate in another car. It's just one to keep forever. It's my first car that I own that I'm really proud of, that I really enjoy. So I don't think it's going anywhere. I am so much more knowledgeable than I was 2 years ago, and I'm very fortunate to have been given it such a chance to work on multi-million-dollar Ferraris, to tune Fiat 8V Zagatos with assistance, to drive them, to learn so much stuff on such important cars is just beyond what I could have ever imagined at this age. I hope to keep it going for my whole entire life, and that's the plan at the pit stop.